This movie doesn't scrape the bottom of the barrel. This movie isn't the bottom of the barrel. This movie isn't below the bottom of the barrel. This movie doesn't deserve to be mentioned in the same sentence with barrels.
That was the second worst thing I've ever seen on film involving a newborn baby.
This movie is so disgusting, like, ew, I can't take it.
Oh, it has to be ground zero of bad comedies.
I'll say this, I haven't seen something in a long time that's made my jaw drop.
You could say it was the second worst thing to happen in 2001.
Freddy Got Fingered is the best movie of all time. In fact, I'd say it's a masterpiece. A 2001 comedy starring, written, and directed by the influential Tom Green. The original director left because the script was so good that he felt he couldn't do it justice. It might be even better than Planes, Fire, and Rescue. Freddy Got Fingered is the story of a man named Gord who finally leaves home to pursue his dream of being a cartoonist. His dad, who never approved of his dream, thinks he's leaving to work at a regular factory job, which makes him very proud.
You make your daddy proud. You hear me?
I'm gonna make you proud, Daddy. I'm gonna make you so proud.
You make your daddy proud.
You're gonna be so proud.
Proud?
Proud.
Get the fuck out of the line!
As Gord is driving to Hollywood, he jerks off a horse and arrives at his first day at the job.
Ding dong! Ding dong!
He decides to take a lunch break to visit the local animation studio. He presents one of his brilliant ideas to the studio executive, but is tragically rejected. I honestly don't know how. The executive tells Gordon some very important advice, however, so he does the only reasonable thing, of course. Skinning a deer and wearing its dead carcass. Unfortunately, our fearless protagonist must return back to his humble abode back in Oregon to live with his family. His mean father, played by Rip Torn, gets even more angry at him because he got fired, and serves as the evil antagonist of this movie. But Gord, being the epic rebel he is, decides to go skate with his buddy. On the way to the hospital, Gordy finds himself the most beautiful girl he's ever seen. And she's in a wheelchair. She invites him over, and it's revealed that she takes pleasure in getting whacked with a bamboo cane in her paralyzed legs. I mean, hasn't that happened to all of us? Somehow Gord is intimidated by her enthusiasm and goes back to the hospital to visit his crippled friend.
Excuse me, could you keep it down? This is a hospital room and I'm pregnant.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't realize that you were pregnant.
Oh, you bastard. My baby's coming. My baby's coming.
Wag, wag. Dirty cheek.
Oh, it's okay. I'm a doctor.
No, get me a real doctor.
I am a real doctor. See, look, I'm a real doctor. See the problem here?
No,
there seems to be a little baby inside your body.
Cut the cord.
We still have to do everything?
Why isn't it crying?
Oh, wake up your baby, guys! Wake it! The baby's crying! You saved the day.
But the hospital doesn't take kindly to Hero, so they kicked him out for no reason. Our protagonist has had enough of his demented girlfriend and decides to take her out to a fancy restaurant, where he tells her about this amazing new job he has. The evil dad seems to be in the area though, and finds out that there is no job. And the wheelchair, oh my god, I can't say wheelchair. And the wheelchair girl makes a dramatic exit.
Wait a minute. You're crippled.
Dad.
What?
Dad.
You got a problem with my legs?
No, you've got a problem with your legs. Either that or you're just lazy.
Shut up, Dad! Shut up! Shut up! Oh!
Gordy gets upset and decides to get revenge on his daddy, so he accused him of molesting his brother Freddy. Freddy is then taken to the local institute for sexually molested children, and his mom now believes that his dad really did finger Freddy because she walked in on this lovely scene.
Stop it.
You're gonna run these little sketches. Oh, Daddy.
Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck me?
Yeah, fuck you.
Dude, fuck me? Is that what you said? All right, Gord. Come on over here. Fuck me. Come on, Gord. Here. Sketches here. Oh.
Holy shit, Dad, what are you doing?
I saw what you were doing downstairs.
Whatever you saw was completely out of context. I just told him to fuck me because Ford said, fuck you, Dad. Would you get it? Fuck you, fuck me, fuck you, fuck me. And I never fingered Freddy!
But now Gord decides to go propose his new idea to the cartoon company and finally gets approved and is written a check for $1 million. So, what does he do with this money? To make up the incident at the restaurant, he buys a bunch of jewels for his not Jewish, why did I say Jew? To make up for the incident at the restaurant, he decides to buy a bunch of jewels for his crippled girlfriend. But she seems to be looking for other things in the relationship besides silly jewels.
I don't care about jewels, I just wanna suck your cock.
But he still has the rest of the $1 million check that he hasn't spent yet. So what does he do? Well, he saved his money to make a better life for himself in the future. Nah, I'm just kidding. He built a replica of his house to ship to Pakistan so that when his dad wakes up, he sees that he's not at home, he's actually in Pakistan, but then the house falls on top of him, and the Gord decides to spray his father with electric water, which eventually leads to a heartfelt conversation where Rip Torn finally tells his son that he loves him. But after that, they end up being taken hostage by terrorists and cause global distress as everyone worries for Gord and his father, anxiously waiting for the return. Finally, when they do return, they come home to a cheering crowd as the national anthem plays. But this movie can't have a normal ending, so the kid from the restaurant decides to jump in front of the plane turbine that covers the entire crowd with his blood. Roll credits. Now, okay, if we're speaking seriously, this was easily one of the most unpleasant viewing experiences I've ever watched. And if you haven't seen the movie, then I'm sure you've experienced just a taste of what I had to. You know, at the same time, though, I feel like this movie isn't exactly what it seems at first. I mean, obviously it's horrible. Like, awfully horrible. Almost too horrible. Hello, welcome to the intense, deep analysis section of this video. I have already finished editing the majority of it, and I feel very brain dead from the amount of footage I've already seen. But that's alright, because I'm here with Killer Bot Films, so say hi.
Hello. I haven't really watched the movie myself, but luckily my friend over here gave me the scoop, and I'm just as brain dead as he is.
So yeah, essentially, we're dead inside. The more I ended up watching of this, I can't necessarily call it bad. The more I ended up watching the movie, the more I can't place my thoughts. You know what Dadaism, right?
Dadaism.
Dadaism. You know what that is?
I never heard that term in my life.
Dadaism was an art movement that started in 1960. Essentially, Dadaism is anti-art.
You know it's something that's not good, but it's something that just keep on pulling you back. Like, you try to find the meaning behind it, even though there is no meaning. It's just a bunch of dumb bullshit, and you know that. Keep going back, hoping for some context to the madness.
I mean, there's just certain scenes in this movie that I can't explain. They're so subtle that you could mistake it.
I mean, you gotta keep in mind, this movie is made by the same guy. I'm trying to remember that. Oh yeah, he fucked a moose live on television, a dead moose. How long is it the actual movie where like it actually kicks in like the main storyline, like the title?
The thing is, I feel like Freddy Got Fingered they're like, okay, let's have an outrageous title. But I don't think that's not what the movie's about. That's literally just one little aspect of the movie. And most people will think Freddy's the main character, but he totally isn't. So like, I'm here just editing this video. I'm like, oh, what is this? What's going on? I'm having like a crisis. Because I can't understand the movie. I think Tom Green literally went out to make the most uncomfortable viewing experience of all time. And it worked so well that people are still talking about it. And in that, I think he might have actually created something amazing.
"18 years. 18 long years since that damn movie came out. It was an afternoon like any other afternoon here in this city. For anyone else, that is. Some pondered it, some forgot. Most don't know a thing. Lucky them. You couldn't pay me to forget something like that. Now as I sit and watch these crowded streets, I can't help but see it for the empty husk it really is. Disgusting. It begs the question, what does any of this even mean? Why even bother with the daily grind of life if all you seem to think about is the godforsaken demon of a film? There's just something about it. I just can't seem to shake it. Was it the baby? Or the horse? No, it couldn't be. Maybe it's the whiskey getting to my head. Either way, I had to find answers. Finding the right people to talk to wasn't easy either. I searched far corners of the globe to see if anyone, and I mean anyone, remembered anything about Freddy Got Fingered. I started to lose hope. Hours turned into days, days turned into months, and months turned into years. At a certain point, I started to question the existence of this film in the first place. But then, a miracle happened.
Freddy Got Fingered. Wow. What a great movie this is. Okay, so the plot of this movie is that Freddy Fazbear is tired of his life. He meets Herobrine from Minecraft, and they go out adventuring. And then they find Minecraft Steve, and then Minecraft Steve is like, Herobrine, Freddy Fazbear, my mortal enemies. What are you doing here? And then they
Hello, Bedical TV stands. This is your friend Grant. And I'm just tuning in to share my thoughts about the film with Tom Green, Freddy Got Fingered. Well, I'll be honest with you, it was very difficult to watch.
Freddy Got Fingered is an actual masterpiece. You can watch it over and over and it never gets old.
I've seen it like 7 times, so the more you watch it, it just brings up memories of when you watched it the first time.
It seems like it's a very honest and quite brave performance by Tom Green. Really didn't enjoy the childbirth scene. Don't really enjoy those in any cases, but this one was especially revolting.
Whoever made this movie should be fucking shot, murdered, decapitated right in front of their granddaughter.
It's such a stupid, comedy. Every time that you think something is gonna go a certain way in the movie, it always, takes a turn.
And if they don't have a granddaughter, please end their worthless masquerade of a life right in front of their wife.
Freddy Got Fingered is such a funny, hilarious comedy. He has no shame. He has no decency. Tom Green is Mark Brody.
Chasing a stupid dream that nobody believes in, from what I can tell, so that's like the real Tom Green, kind of.
Dude, this movie is so self-aware. They know how bad, or not how bad, but they know where they're going with it. And I respect that.
Bring all your family, bring all your friends. This is the comedic masterpiece of a lifetime.
This movie has made me want to cry on multiple occasions, and it did make me cry on multiple occasions.
That was quite... I mean, I wouldn't really say it was funny, but I would say, I definitely wouldn't... I would never have thought of that.
10 out of 10. Would definitely watch again.
Okay, boys, I'm gonna be honest here. Freddy Got Fingered is a pretty good movie. I think it's better than Planes, Fire and Rescued, and Avenger Endgame.
So as this video comes to a close, I ask myself the important question. Can I rate Freddy Got Fingered? Freddy Got Fingered is the AntiMovie. It is simply just not a movie I can compare to others. There's no way, no conceivable way that Tom Green made this movie thinking it would be genuinely good. And it is so unbelievably bad that I simply cannot explain it to you until you see it with your own eyes. So can I rate Freddy Got Fingered? That's in your hands. See you in the next video. Well, I finally made a video as I promised. I know it's been a really long while, but I finally have things coming up. I have lots of plans. I just really hope you guys are patient because I have a lot of work. On another note, I want to give a huge thanks to all the people who helped on this video, specifically The Right Opinion for giving that beautiful voiceover. Go subscribe to his channel, as well as Grant Rants, The Deranged Tomcat, and All Right Mate, 3 other YouTubers who decided to help me on this. Thank you so much. To G and Gabby, thanks for putting in those videos. I really appreciate it. And last but not least, thank you to Killerbot Films for enduring my mental breakdown over a Tom Green 2001 comedy. I cannot thank you enough for that. Stay tuned for more videos, guys.